Fine. Guys, please open mm, this w3schools.com, this website. See, basically, uh, to become a pro in Lightning or LWC, you should have good knowledge. You should have good knowledge on the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay. Because first of all, you need to understand what is the purpose of HTML, what is the purpose of CSS, what is the purpose of JavaScript. If you want to build any website, okay, at the end, what you are going to do, you are going to give that website to a browser, and it is the responsibility of the browser to display that website, right? So all this is known as the front end coding, okay, or web development, wherein you need to understand why we use HTML, why we use CSS, why we use JavaScript. So the purpose of HTML is to hold the actual content. For example, if I have a value name equal to Rajesh, for example, okay. If I ask you to display name equal to Rajesh, for example, or simply let's imagine a statement, Rama is a good boy. Okay. I want to display this line in a new website. Then, first of all, this content, Rama is a good boy. How I want to display that is the background color should be in yellow. Okay. The background of entire page should be in yellow. Okay, and the text background should be in blue color. Okay, and or okay, text entire page should appear in yellow color. Text background should be in blue color, and the text should be in red color. Okay, this is my requirement, and I am saying that that page should display Rama is a good boy, and under that I want to put a button. Okay, if you click on yes, I will put two buttons, yes, no. If you click on yes, it should redirect you to some other website, or you want to perform some action. So this is the simple basic website wherein which contains some information. Rama is a good boy is some information. Okay, along with that information, you also have some colors, some font, okay, designs, all these things also I am asking. And also when you click a button, I want to perform something. Okay, so for these things we have different technologies for each purpose. So HTML purpose is to hold the content. Here the actual content is Rama is a good boy is a content, right? So to hold and display the actual content, HTML will help us. What is the purpose of CSS? CSS means cascading style sheets. So what is the purpose of CSS is to maintain the entire color in yellow and text background in blue color, and the actual text color should be in red color. So all these colors, designs, left side how much space I want to leave, right side how much space I want to leave, all these things will be covered under the CSS. So when I click on a button, or when I just see here, when I just put my cursor here, slightly the color is becoming dark, right? If I put on this one, when I click, entirely the color is changing to green. So when I click, when I move the cursor, see here tutorials, it is in white color. If I just move my cursor on tutorials, it is becoming green. So hover over, this is hover, like these are all the different actions which we can perform. So when I just put my cursor on that, what should happen? When I click on it, what should happen? When I like this, all these when you click a button, then you want to perform some action. That action can be a mathematical calculation, that action can be a logical calculation, that action can call another website, or from that action you can call any business logic which is written in the backend. So this is the purpose of the HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, so till this point it's clear, right? So why we are using HTML, why we are using CSS, why we are using JavaScript. So any website in the world, they will use these things to develop. So in Visualforce, what Salesforce did, combining these things, Salesforce created some new tags and named those and provided a list of tags and named it as Visualforce page. With that, what is the advantage in if you want to write it, if you want to create a table, for example, if you want to create a table using HTML, you need to write lots of lines of code. But because you need to specify what should be the, how many columns, what should be the length of the table, width of the table, everything we need to specify here. But instead in Visualforce, it is simply saying that if you just use table, automatically it will appear in the form of a table. So table means you can draw a table in different ways. The outer border should have 2 lines, the inner border should have only 1 line, outer border should be in yellow color, inner border should be in black color. Like that, you can configure different ways, yes or no? But if you want that flexibility to create the table in whichever color you want, whichever design you want, if you want to build it from scratch, yes, you can use HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But what Salesforce did, we usually deal with accounts, contacts, opportunities, positions, like as object details. So many times we need tables. Like that, many times in our day-to-day life, whatever is useful, for that it gives some shortcut kind of tags. Directly, if you use the tag, all this functionality will come. It is an advantage, but the disadvantage is whichever design, whichever style it gives, only that we can use. We cannot completely customize as per our business requirement. So there is advantage, we are making it quick, but the disadvantage is you don't have the complete flexibility. So with Visualforce page, you are just writing some Visualforce page tags and you are able to display the entire website. Okay, so you are internally using HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay. So your Visualforce page, if you are writing page block section and all, just if you write that statement, it will break down into HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and that will be given to the browser to display. So all these things are taken care by Salesforce. So yes, we have seen great advantages of Visualforce page. Quickly we can build the page, but the disadvantage is, if there is a company, for example, if let me open one new website. Okay, Hindustan Petroleum. Okay, if I go to Hindustan Petroleum website, then what happens? The entire page will be in blue color. Yes or no? Hindustan website, see, entire page is in blue color. Similarly, let me go to Shell Petroleum. See, the entire thing is in yellow color, yellow and red. This is the Shell's color logo. Everywhere it will follow yellow. Okay, wherever you go, it will follow yellow. So this kind of customers' interest will be there on the design, on the style, their specific logos, all those things. So if you want to build a website like this, then our Salesforce provided Visualforce page is not sufficient to build a website like this. So this is the problem people are facing, Salesforce developers are facing. For that, what Salesforce did, it said that, okay, you no need to worry if your requirement is not being satisfied with the tags that are provided within Visualforce page, then what you can do is you can write directly your HTML code or CSS code or JavaScript code inside our Visualforce page. Directly I can write HTML code. Directly I can write CSS code. Okay. If I want to write HTML code, directly I will put direct tags, it will accept. Okay. If I want to use some styling, directly I will give the style tag, start the style tag, end the style tag. In between, whatever CSS you want to write, you can write. If I want to write JavaScript code, just I will start with script tag, end with script tag. In between, I can write whatever I want JavaScript code. Salesforce said that, okay, I'm giving you this feature, you use and do it. And again, another problem with that one is, actually, I want, see, here I am in Shell Petroleum. Okay. So this is one web page. If I click here, it is taking me to if I click here, okay, it is taking me to a different web page. Yes or no? Okay, if I click here, it is taking me to a different, if I click here, different web page. If I click here, it is a different web page. Okay, but everywhere I am following the same color combination, style, design, everywhere same it is doing. If I write, okay, for example, this home, for this home, I have written one Visualforce page. And if I click here, inside that Visualforce page, if I have written some CSS, JavaScript, and here again I need to follow the same structure. Otherwise, it will come in left side, the second one will come right side, like that it will happen. Yes or no? The same structure I need to follow. It means I need to reuse the same HTML, same CSS, same JavaScript. Majority of the cases, CSS and JavaScript files we are reusing because the same structure, same design I want, and same buttons also. See, in every page I am getting accept optional cookies, reject optional cookies. In every page I am getting my point. So similar buttons, similar style I want in different pages. For this, what Salesforce said is, you no need to worry. You can do one thing. Okay, log into our Salesforce application. Let me refresh it. Okay. Log into our Salesforce application, and you write your CSS in a file, in a notepad. You write your CSS, you save it in the file format, CSS file format, and JavaScript you save it in the JavaScript file format, JS, .css, like that you save it. Those files directly you can, okay, let me go to setup. Okay, those files directly you can upload here in the static resources. So the files directly you can create a new static resource, okay, and upload file. Okay, choose file is there, na? So if you click and upload the file, whichever you want. Okay, so in this way you can put your entire CSS and JavaScript file inside your static resource, and within your code, inside your Visualforce page, you can directly refer to the static resource and you can use it. So with Visualforce page, we have a problem. And for that problem, Salesforce provided a solution that if you have complex JavaScript and CSS files, you create separate files for them and you upload the files inside the static resource. And then whenever you need, you refer that static resource from the Visualforce page. Okay. So till this point, it's clear, right? Again, there is one more. This is, there is a problem. We have provided a solution. But again, there is one more problem with this one. What is that problem and how to deal with it? So the problem here is, if you have created a Visualforce page, in that only small change I want to do related to JavaScript or CSS file. So I already uploaded that in the static resource. Okay. If I need to make a small change to that file, I need to download this file, make the change, save it, again upload. So this is risky thing because you are uploading the file in static resource. Static resource is a file. Okay. Whenever you are writing some code, the system should be able to interpret, or the system should compile the code and then execute it. Here what we are doing, we are uploading it in the static resource and then we are referring from the Visualforce page. So while uploading, if you make some mistake in this file, just if you click on backspace, one comma removed, or you accidentally you clicked on a slash, something you made to the content of this file and you upload it. It will not stop. You can upload the file. And when you will click on that Visualforce page, certain button or something, in that Visualforce page, you will face the problem. You're getting my point? So there is possibility of making mistakes here. That is one thing. Second thing, every time when you want to make a change, you are impacting the entire static resource document or the file. So it is risky because every time you make a change, already there is a website. See, for example, already there is a website. See here, this is the AHP website, okay, Hindustan Petroleum. So here, what change I want to do? For Diwali, I want to give some bonus or see this vigilance week. So the new updates I want to keep. For this one, again I need to go download, upload. In this thing means it is very complex. If you small mistake, if you do also, entire website will crash. So that is the reason what Salesforce is saying, that instead of doing like this, let's do it in a different way. What is the different way is, if I have a separate block, each block is separately developed. Each block is having its own CSS, its own JavaScript. Then what will happen if something goes wrong? That particular block only will fail, but the remaining blocks will display. Okay. So that is why we are moving from Salesforce Classic to Lightning. In Lightning, what is happening? In Lightning, we have this. In Lightning, we have this modular component-based development, wherein each component, this is one component, this is one component, this is one component. Each component will have its own HTML, its own CSS, its own JavaScript. So what happens? If one component is working fine, it will not have any impact on the other component. And if you want dependent components, like only if that component is giving this value, then only I want to display the other component. So that way also we can do whatever we can do. So basically, we are not putting the entire website into risk. Okay, we are putting the risk on only specific component. If that goes fine, okay. Otherwise, that only component will not work, but the remaining things will work. Right? So if you introduced a new functionality into this website, and if the new functionality is not working, but the older one is working, that is fine to the customer. But if the entire website is not working, means it will impact the business, right? So that is the reason Salesforce moved on from Classic to Lightning. In Lightning, there are two things. One thing is the Lightning experience. Another thing is the Lightning component development. Okay. So what is Lightning experience and Lightning component development? If I click on the Lightning experience here, the admin part. So already it is developed in Lightning. So if I am trying to use the existing features of Lightning through configuration, that is nothing but Lightning experience. Okay. Without writing code, if you are just using the Lightning features of Salesforce, that is nothing but the Lightning experience. See here, by default, Salesforce is saying that, okay, this is one component, the above one, this entire horizontal row Java application, this entire thing is a one component, and this one is another component, this one is another component. Okay. In Lightning experience, you can go to setup, you can go to edit page. Okay, you can go to edit page, and you can, without writing any code, you can actually change. See, for example, okay, the above one, if I want to okay, uh, see the above one, I kept it here, just drag and drop. Okay. And for example, notes and reviews I am putting inside activities. See, notes and attachments and reviews, it is under related, right? But I kept it under activity. Okay. Now if I click on save, activate, okay, close. So now what will happen? let me go to, okay. See, now under related, okay. For which one I have done Java application only. Open a record. Okay, maybe I just came back now. So where is my tab? Okay, this is my tab. Let me duplicate this tab. Okay. Better website. Okay. So let me go here. Edit page. This Java application, I'm keeping it here. All right. If I come here to setup. Applications. Open a record. See, it got changed. Yes or no? So I'm able to change the way I want to display. Okay. And if I go into related, here Java application is coming. Previously it was coming on top. So this is what? This is nothing but Lightning experience. So in Lightning experience, what we are doing, without writing code, we are just using the components which are already developed for our business purpose. Okay. Activation. Okay. Already. Let me save this. Refresh page. Okay, it's coming back normal. Okay, so I made the change and I removed the change. Okay, so this is Lightning experience. So now in Lightning component development, what we are doing, we are building a component something like this, a new component like this. So for that we need to learn the Lightning component development and LWC. So what is Lightning component development? Why we need to do the Lightning component development? Is it clear till this point? Okay. So to understand Lightning component development, you should be clear on HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, you may ask me the next questions are from where I can learn these things. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, try to learn from the W3 schools. So here, first, if you start with the HTML introduction, so HTML means hypertext markup language. It is not a programming language. It is a markup language. So what is the difference between markup language and programming language? Visualforce page is also a markup language. So for markup languages, it will be like this: less than, greater than. In this way, we will write. We use tags. We use tags in markup languages, whereas we use normal statements, and the statements end with semicolon in programming. Okay. So HTML is one of the markup language. Next thing is HTML is the standard markup language for creating web pages. So across the world, everywhere, people use HTML as a standard. Okay. So that is the reason all the browsers are designed in such a way that they are capable of displaying the HTML content. Okay. So that indirectly, even if you write Visualforce page, even if you write Lightning component, even if you write LWC, at the end, those things will be converted and given to the browser in the form of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's it. Okay. So why we need so many things? Because if you directly write in the form of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, the code will be very lengthy. Okay. So that is the way, that is the reason we have so many shortcuts. So these are nothing but shortcuts. So Visualforce page is providing us ready-made tags. Within the same tag, it is providing some features of HTML, some features of CSS, some features of JavaScript, right? So if you are going to Lightning component, in Lightning component, it will give you some elements. Every Lightning component is a bundle of multiple elements. So each element is for a different purpose. Okay. So there also we are using HTML directly. Okay. Or if you are using a Lightning component related tag, okay, that will also at the end, it will be converted into HTML and will be given to the browser for displaying purpose. Okay. So now first try to understand what is stored in the form of Internet Explorer. That kind of symbol will come. If you double click on that, it will open in a web page. So that is how a basic website will work. So let me click here. Here, see, this is the page title. Page title will come on the this is the page title. But this is I mean, I am not using my own system resources. I am using this W3 schools resources. That's why it is always showing W3 schools. But here inside whatever content which I have written inside the body. So every HTML will contain head and body. Okay. Head means whatever you want to display here as a tab name, that will be head. Okay. And if you want to pass any parameters in the URL, those things will come in the head. But the actual content, everything we will write inside the body. Here, what I want to do, I want to do heading H1. and paragraph P. If I change the heading H1 to H3, okay, and here also H3, okay, and if I run, see the difference, the size got changed, yes or no? So that is the difference between heading H1 and H3. So actually we have headings H1 to H6. Sir, how can I know all those things? So all those things are given here in this. So HTML introduction, first you need to understand, then basic examples, okay. H1 is heading, P paragraph, okay. Next, in where you can write, so the history of HTML, in which year it started and currently which HTML version we are using, all these things. Editors, HTML you can use in different kinds of editors like this, okay. Simple notepad, starting from simple notepad, you can use different editors to build HTML. Directly you can write your HTML code inside Visual Force page, also inside Lightning component also. So HTML basics, so this is a basic example of HTML, okay. And elements, okay. So HTML element, every HTML element will have a starting tag and ending tag, okay. This one is known as opening tag, this one is known as the closing tag. Every HTML tag will contain the start and end, and your actual content you will write it inside here, okay. And inside this opening tag, if you want to put any attributes, those attributes you will put it in the inside. See here, a href equal to sorry, a href equal to https some website I have given, okay. Let me click here, then you'll understand. So here I have written a means anchor tag, okay. Inside a I have written this website, okay. So here, for example, airasia.com. See here, what is the button name? I mean, link name here. Okay. If I click on run, see, visit AirAsia. If I click on this, it is taking me to the AirAsia website. Okay. Whatever you want, you can do like this. So here, my focus is only this one. See, A is the anchor tag. And what is this one? This is an attribute. Attributes, we can give different attributes. So which tag will take which kind of attribute? All those things we will see here. So what is the purpose of attribute? Inside the opening tag, you can give a variable kind of thing and you will give a value to it. That is nothing but attribute. For different tags, we will have different attributes. Okay. Okay. So image is the img is the tag to display images. For image tags, src source equal to this is the file name. So this is an attribute for this image tag, okay. And you can also give width. Width is one of the attribute. Height is also one of the attribute, okay. You getting my point? And if I click here, I am saying that image girl.jpg, this is the file I want to display. This file, okay, I am displaying. But for example, due to some issue, if this file is not displayed, then what if this image is not loading, okay, then alternately I want to display that the girl with a jacket, alternate whenever this is not loaded. And also width, height I am saying. So if I reduce the width 500, 600 to 50, 60, and if I run this, see, by changing the height and width, I'm able to achieve, yes or no? So width 500, height 60, then see how it will come. It is coming like this. Width, height, both are 600, then now it is coming like this, okay? By changing the height and width, I can control, okay, what to display. So all these things are what? Basically attributes. Of course, we will deal with all these attributes. This is about a basic structure of a tag, HTML tag. Here we will go to HTML headings. HTML H1, if you write, it will look like this. H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Let me click here. See, H1, inside that I have written something. H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So this is how it will display. If you write your own content here, inside H1, if I have written headmaster, then it will display headmaster. Okay. So the content, whatever you want, you will write the content inside the tags. Is this clear till this point? Okay. So now I want you to quickly do till headings. Till headings, start from home. Okay. Note down the important points in your notes and complete till headings. And next paragraph is also very simple. Paragraph. Okay. First complete till headings, then we will cover the remaining things. Do it quickly. Do it quickly. I am waiting for you. In tomorrow's class, in tomorrow's class, I will ask you that you should complete all these basics of HTML. Okay. So tomorrow I will give you a basic idea of CSS. Okay. And JavaScript. Both we will complete tomorrow. Okay. Then we will see more examples on Lightning and then LWC. Okay. Because in Lightning and LWC, this is what you want to know. Because see, even after completing JavaScript, we have some more libraries like jQuery. jQuery is not something new. If you want to, when I click this button, this should happen. If that is there in JavaScript, okay. If the same thing, if you are using it at different places again and again, then that entire code of 1,000 lines or 100 lines will be kept in single line. So this library, in that library, this particular file will give you that result. So that is nothing but jQuery. So you need to understand the basics of JavaScript, then we can further do anything. Okay, fine. Thank you guys. We'll meet tomorrow then. Okay.